In this box is a watch that was released this year. It's a microbrand, has released nothing before, and yet it is commanding a minimum of 50% on retail up to 100%. So within no time at all, first release, this watch is now worth at least 50% more than when it was released. That means two things. One, the price was underestimated, and two, this watch is hot. This is the Toledano Chan B1, and I am responsible partly for not only drinking the Kool-Aid, but making the Kool-Aid. I have fallen into the trap of being incredibly fascinated, not just by the shape and design of this brutalist inspired watch that is like no other I've seen, but also by the style of watchmaking that it represents right now, which is unusual shapes and much more avant-garde design than we're seeing from big box brands. But it was only in Geneva a few weeks ago that I saw this watch for the first time. And you know what I did? I bought it. I bought it for full price, and I bought it from the gentleman that made it. Look at this bubble wrap. Alfred Chan is one half of Toledano. Oh my God, the box. Whoa! The box! I'm getting to that. Alfred Chan is the designer of this watch. He is a Chinese gentleman who sounds American, curiously. He and Phil, their entire relationship happened over Zoom as they designed this watch. Phil Toledano is by his own admission, a magnificent bastard. This is super heavy. Marcus is suddenly like, what the? This is like made of solid concrete. This is the box. It has inclusions in it. This is like a weird concrete coffin. Anyway, what was I saying? Phil Toledano is an artist who likes to provoke. He likes to titillate. He likes to do things to get people to scratch at you with what is going on, Marcus?
Open it!
Oh my God. So this is some sort of casting as a concrete brutalist coffin for this watch, which is inspired by look at that irregular shape to this box. This is inspired by the Met Brewer, a window on the Met Brewer, almost one-to-one. It's extraordinary. This is there it is. Whew. The B1 in my hand. I'm gonna focus now, because this is a watch unlike any I have seen in person. Look, the renders of this watch, it looked like a slightly disfigured Rolex King Midas, a model that inspired Alfred and Phil. But in the hand, the volumes and dimensions and actual shape of this watch makes it completely, look at that. What do you call it? Like an X-Wing fighter, Marcus?
Yeah. TIE fighter.
Yeah. That is so cool, but this box is freaking heavy. No wonder the shipping costs so much. This is awesome. And I can see why it's selling for 50% above retail, because that packaging I would associate with a much higher price watch. This watch was $4,000 US. So look at this, I get to look at my own Lapis dial. So the thing about a Lapis or stone dial, which this watch has, is that it's going to be unique every single time. Now this is in its little Dexter wrapping. I'm gonna have to figure out how to unwrap this plastic. But this watch, oh my God. I do these unboxings and I don't get a chance to actually process what I'm doing. I'm gonna get the camera down even more. Yeah, baby.
Get rid of that
Let's
plastic!
get in there. This is so freaking cool. And yeah, I wasn't intending to buy it. I can appreciate watches and how different they are and how bold and creative and how exciting the design is. Well, this is so peculiar. This is a destro watch that you wear with the crown on the left. It's a Sellita SW100 movement, but it's just so unusual because if you ask about the thickness of the watch, from this angle, closest to you, it's a 9 millimeter watch. And then from this angle, so from this angle, 9 millimeters. From this angle, 10.4. So you're getting, if you look at that slope on the side there is a massive difference. And this is what's so unusual about this watch in the hand, is just the volumes of it. The links are all individually crafted and they're different lengths. The case has this bizarre but very cool on wrist slope that makes it thicker. It creates a wedge effect. And then the dial, this is a Lapis lazuli dial, this is a stone dial, but instead of it meeting the very strict beauty standard of the Swiss Lapis Association, which was created in the 70s. No, there isn't a Lapis Association, but the Swiss decided that lapis lazuli would have to be uniform. And in the 70s, they created a beauty standard that meant that it all had that very similar, somewhat uniform electric blue appearance. Whereas this is proudly what Phil is calling a galaxy lapis, which has these flecks of gray and silver through the blue. Now the crown is quite, actually now I see it really and analyze it here, it's quite recessed there on the left. And a good friend who is a designer, Mr. Emmanuel Guillet, said, when I get this watch, I'm going to wear it the wrong way around because there is nothing to stop me wearing the crown actually on the right because there's no numerals or indices on the dial. So you can swing it any way you like. You can have the crown on the right or you can wear it with the crown on the left. But the thing that's, I think, captured my attention about this watch when I tried it in Geneva, I put a malachite version in a special box that really highlighted the watch and lit it perfectly, is just that there is nothing in the world like it. This is something that will be instantly recognizable amongst less than 150 people in the world at this point. And I just applaud the bravery. I applaud the genuine design intention to surprise, delight, and to create something that, again, the reason this watch is not sold anywhere near its retail price from this single run is that every element of it is genuinely bespoke. I don't know how they achieved this watch at $4,000 US. It has a closed case back, it has a Sellita movement. There's nothing really to talk about there. I mean, it's still a Swiss-made movement. But wow, what a bold, bizarre little building of a watch to craft out of steel to put on the wrist. Phil, Alfred, you are evil geniuses. I am a proud and very grateful owner of this watch. I'm glad I jumped when I did, and it was an absolute shock to put this watch on wrist, and to still get that kind of excitement from a watch is unusual. It's appreciated, and guess what? It's mine. What do you think of this watch? The B1 by Toledano Chan. Truly unusual in a world of, I would say, very similar looking watches. Yeah. Super cool. Weird watches. Are you in? I'm in. I could not be happier to have joined this journey. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Alfred. Can't wait for the next one. What do you think is going to happen with this watch? Is it a one-hit wonder? Is there ways they can adapt this design to keep it interesting? I can't wait to see where these gentlemen go. Toledano and Chan, keep an eye out for it. See you in the comments.